I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I was looking at that too.
Huh? Is it?
I think so.
Got the mouse on it. Oh, mouse got back there. Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Bender.
Here.
Sellers.
Here.
Aldensee. Here. Martin. Sellers.
Here.
Okay. We have a quorum.
Okay. I would like to, first of all, thank Trustee Bender for sitting in my stead at the last board meeting because I was ill. Thank you very much. I would also like to inform the board that Trustee Martin will not be here this evening. She called the office at around 3:20, letting us know that she was stuck in Chicago, so she would not be present tonight. Okay? Righty. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of April 7th, 2014 regular board meeting. I need a motion and a second.
I move for approval of the minutes from April 7th, 2014.
I second.
Motion by Bender, second by Aldensee. Does anyone had a chance to look at the minutes?
20 lashes with a wet noodle.
I actually looked at them, even on my phone. I learned how to make it bigger.
That's too much for me.
Not mine.
Oh.
Alrighty. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Alright. Next item on the agenda is the approval of claims and demands, bills payable. I need a motion and a second, please.
I move for approval of the claims and demands.
A second.
Motion by Bender, second by Sellers.
I have some questions.
Yes, ma'am.
On these bills of ours, Crystal Image,
Mhm.
Water and Sewer, Night Court Gas, why are these 2-month bills? Why can't we have these every month?
These bills were submitted to us late from the VAC. Liz, our Chief Financial Officer, has had a discussion with the official from the VAC, informing them that we need these bills on time.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I think that's, then on page 2, there are 2 bills there for Lori Winslow
Mm-hmm.
for the same address for the same month at $245 at each of them. Is that something you can check into?
Absolutely. Here.
Because I don't know that there's,
So it wouldn't necessarily be 2 clients living at that address.
It may
that's
be.
what I want to know.
I will check.
Because there's not rooming houses over there
Right.
on Cedar Street. Wouldn't
How
have-
many people do you have to have to
Wouldn't have
consider
rooming
it a
houses.
rooming house?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Then I see on page 4, we got some new printers, is that right?
Yes.
2 new printers?
Yes.
What happened to the other ones?
I got a new printer and the Chief Financial Officer got a new printer. These printers, they will save us money on toner and cartridge. And because we get more prints per toner. So it'll save us more because the toners for our printers now are like $80
Wow.
per toner. So I'm thinking this is like about 30. So
Wow.
we're
To
gonna
buy the toners together, even for a cheap
Right.
printer, it's like,
and
you can go out and buy a printer for that
Yeah.
right.
price.
But the thing about it, the printers that we have now are older printers, and they're trying to get you to buy newer ones. So
Yeah.
toners and repair for them is going to be astronomical
Yeah.
costs.
Yeah, you're right.
So
What happened to the old printers that you replaced?
the old printers will be here. What I would like to do is, I want to get some type of a computer lab set up here, something like that. So when people need help doing job link and printing out job link, they don't have to call us from the library. We'll try to explain to them over the phone. They can do them from right down here. So that's what with all of our old equipment, I want to try and set up to where we can have a computer like lab set up somewhere for our clients with all of our old equipment.
Also, I just have one more thing on page
Yes.
1. Greg Polini's bill.
Yes.
Is that mostly to do with being in court and such?
No, that's for our personal rules and regs.
Oh, okay.
We're getting that taken care of, and he's close to being done with them.
Okay. That's all I have.
Okay.
Can I ask who wrote our last one?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Those were self-developed by a canned program.
Okay.
That was it.
Because there were some gray areas, I think. in those.
Probably a lot of gray areas.
Yes,
They
there
were
were.
not reviewed by an attorney.
Okay.
Wow, who having a copay for surgery for 25 hours?
Well,
Yeah, that's surgery.
you guys see a lot of FHN.
Yeah.
Okay, the reason why FHN behind in their billing. Okay, we told them to get all of their bills to us, and they got them all to us. The total was $426. We're all paid in full. Here's a letter that they sent, letting us know that we're all paid in full. So there should be no more FHN bills. So if they call and say, well, another bill, I'm going to send this letter back to them stating, hey, you guys said that it was paid in full. So for all we're concerned, it's paid in full.
Well, I'm glad to see the gas cards are down.
Yes, they are.
Well, with the nice weather, hopefully that's helping out a little bit too.
What was helping out a lot is that clients now responsible to pay for them out of their own grant. If we don't send you to an assignment, then you have to pay for it out of your own grant. So it didn't go over too well with some of our clients, but that's the nature of the beast.
That's good, that's good, I like it.
Any more questions on claims and demands?
I don't have any.
Okay, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Bender,
Aye.
Altenstein,
Aye.
Sellers,
Aye.
and Sellers.
Aye. Motion passed.
Motion.
Next item on the agenda is the ordinance number 2014-02, amending section 303 of the town's personnel policy as to maximum unused vacation day carryover.
We don't have a copy of that.
Yeah, 201-01.
I'm sorry.
I have number 6, that's what you,
Okay.
Do you
Wait a
have
minute.
copies of that, or?
I don't get them.
We don't have any copies.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's do the one that's on the agenda.
Yes.
The number 6 is what I have, is number 6. As the,
Oh, sorry guys, you're right. Next on the agenda is ordinance number 2014-01, annual appropriation ordinance. And I'm gonna hand these out
Oh, okay.
right now. Sorry about that.
that's the budget, right?
That's the budget.
Okay.
I'm gonna hand those around, please.
I've got a copy.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Sorry about that. I forgot to do it.
Oh, I got one.
You got one? Okay.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. So, you know.
What?
I don't see the budget on the,
That is it.
On the
It's
agenda.
ordinance 2014-01, annual appropriation ordinance.
Nikki, you may not have the update, well, yeah, you should have the updated version of the agenda, because I put it on
okay,
your desk.
but you also have the town's personnel policy under
That's
6.
underneath it.
Yeah,
but it's both under 6.
I don't have
No, it
that.
should be
I
under
don't
7.
have number 6 at all, so I must have an outdated agenda.
if you look at the one I gave you, that's the corrected
Where
version
is-
of the, see right here.
Mine is under number 6
01 and
too.
02. That's what
This
I
You don't have a
this
number
one's
7?
wrong.
I don't
Yeah, I have a
know.
number 7,
So
but
here-
it's,
So is
here.
I
this one
got
wrong?
all my stuff under number 6.
Is there a different
I do
agenda?
too have everything
Yeah,
under
they
This
should.
6.
is,
listed
oh, this is,
No.
the- this is the one
Numbers,
that,
right?
what's her name printed out for me, and this was the wrong one.
Yeah, you got both, you got 2
Yeah.
ordinances under one.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one that Liz printed out for me, and that's wrong.
So what is the correct ordinance numbers?
The ordinance number 2014-01 is the annual appropriation ordinance, which is the budget.
Yes.
Right.
The 2002 is the amending section 303 of the town's personnel policy.
So what
As
is,
a
what's
maximum-
6?
Yeah.
6 is the
6 is the ordinance.
appropriation ordinance.
Yeah,
They're
Is
both
the
under 6.
they're
appropriation.
both under 6.
Yeah, they are, but that's,
Both ordinances are under 6.
Got it.
that's the one Liz
Okay.
printed out
Okay.
for me today. So this is, if you want, I'll make a copy.
No, under 6, you have 2.
Right.
But
01
7
and 02.
should be the ordinance 2014-02.
And then number 8 should be
Okay.
supervisor's.
That's
Right.
correct.
Number 9.
That's
okay.
correct.
Right.
All right.
Yes.
That's no big
Now
deal.
are we clear as mud?
It doesn't make any difference.
Right.
They're both
Yeah.
gonna be handled, so they're under number 6.
So we're talking about the budget right now?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
On the first page, who's the office manager?
The office manager is our receptionist, Sarah Shelton. Thanks, Mike.
Sarah got that an H on the end.
And I'm giving you guys the appropriation ordinance in draft form with the annotations for, on the side for discussions.
Is the amount in red is what, it's, how it's, the negative, like the 7944, that's how much is taken from that budget?
No, that's how much we trimmed from the budget.
Oh, that's what I
Oh,
mean.
that's how much you trim.
Right,
Yes.
that's what I mean,
Okay.
okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty good, that's pretty good. That's 7, that's 8,000, that's 35, that's 2.
Oh, thanks.
Did you get a copy of this, Mike?
Yeah, you handed it to me. Thank you.
How could you take off all of the catastrophic insurance?
We don't-
2,500.
We don't need it anymore.
With
Be-
Obama.
With the affordable health care, we're no longer,
Thank you.
All that came under catastrophic.
yes, yes, we're no longer providing medical.
That's good. Mm-hmm. And Claire, oh yeah. Clinics.
What was the employment service under the GACWP?
Where we at here?
No clue.
I have no idea.
Would it have been the unemployment office when I was still here? Because they used to go out there and do,
I don't know, none of that money,
You have to pay them.
none of the money was used
It's a state.
out of that.
oh, yeah.
That's state, so you have to
We
pay
never
them.
used anything out of it.
How are you trimming $3,000 off of the audit? Next to last, next to
Because
last.
our audit usually only runs around $8,000. And that's the price that they gave us for this year, around 8,300.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what questions you don't have tonight, we've got the next meeting,
So you guys can really take a look at it.
and then the second meeting in May is when we're asking for you to approve it.
So go over with a fine tooth comb.
Yeah.
Any questions?
I like the way it's laid out because it's actually, you can understand it.
I like how much you took off.
Me too.
Just for your information on mine, on the legal, I'd like you to change what's in there is 3,000 to 7.
Where's that, Cindy?
You are
Where you
on
at?
the second page, down at the bottom.
The second?
Oh, yeah, she's done double sides. You're page 2,
This
that
one?
side.
Okay.
Take and change it from 3,000 to 7,000.
Which one?
Where's that?
My legal legal services for mine.
Why?
On this,
Because we're having the personnel policy handbook redone, and I think it's only right that a portion of that gets expended to my office. It's for both offices, and I feel that it's probably appropriate that I take some of that burden on the cost.
You said change it to what?
7.
So on your next page, then, your total general fund, the decrease is minus 41,451.
So minus.
41 what?
41,451 will be the total
Oh, down at the
general
bottom.
fund.
Okay.
Yep, the total general fund reduction
It's
for,
41, 451. Okay.
okay? That's the only change that I had from the original.
Some trustees should make a motion to amend well, after we make a motion to approve it, we approved the budget. We didn't have it in this ordinance form last meeting.
Right.
Correct.
So we should actually, even though it's pretty much identical, we should make a motion tonight to approve it, a second, and then make a motion to make those changes,
Okay.
just so it's
I make,
clear.
We're voting on the,
no.
No, just,
The
Oh,
change
We
that
did that in
Cindy
the
made.
last
Just
minutes.
the change.
Isn't that in the minutes of the last meeting?
Yeah, it wasn't
It was
in
not in
ordinance
this
form.
Wasn't in
Ordinance form, it was
Oh, I
just a
see.
spreadsheet.
Oh, so we're making a motion to approve this ordinance?
Right, ordinance 2014-01.
I make a motion to approve this ordinance. And then
Okay. And then second?
A second.
And then you want him to make a motion to adjust that line item, Mike? Is that what
Yes.
you?
Yeah, the general fund.
Okay, so then,
And
Well, first of all, we
individual.
have to do what Cindy, the legal service.
that's the only line that got changed.
Yeah.
legal line item,
Which line item is, we have a number on it.
01225229-0.
Yes.
229-5. 0122
52
5229
dash
I
50
make that 7.
dash 0.
What
Which
did you
is-
say, 5-0?
I
No.
didn't say that, I'm
Oh.
It's
just,
zero.
Oh,
There you
zero.
go.
okay.
and then from
3,000
3,000
to 7.
Just a-
3,000 to 7,000.
Right.
So it'd be an increase.
Yes. Do you need then to decrease the legal services for the supervisor's office then, since she's gonna pay part of that?
I didn't talk to him about it,
No.
other than I
Okay.
felt it was necessary that I,
Well, if we need to, we have another meeting in a.
correct.
Mhm.
Okay, I need a motion, somebody to make that motion that I just wrote down. Motion to adjust legal line item, yada, yada,
Okay, I make
increase.
a motion that you adjust the legal
Sellers.
line item, 10225229-0, legal services.
You mean 0122522990. You said 10.
Oh, 01
Okay.
dash 225229 dash 0. From 3,000 to 7,000.
Okay, so,
We need a second.
I second.
now do we need a roll call vote on that, Mike?
No, you can do it verbally.
Voice, okay,
Okay.
all right.
All righty, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, now.
Let's move on.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. Thank you, Mike. Okay, next on the agenda is ordinance number 2014-02, amending section 303 of the town's personnel policy as to maximum unused vacation day carryover.
Thank you.
I got it.
Is it? This is it, right?
If you look on page 3, I included a section that shows you the exact wording changes. Anything that's underlined is being added, anything that's double strike through is being deleted from its current wording.
Okay.
Well, it was 5 until last year, and then it got changed to 10 because they didn't want to deal properly with the wording.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
We need a motion.
Yep,
I move for approval of ordinance number 2014-02.
I second.
Motion by Brenda, second by Alden C.
you want a roll call vote?
Should always have a roll call vote on ordinances.
Right, I thought-
There's no further debate.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Is there no further debate? Okay, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Sellers,
Aye.
Aldensee,
Aye.
Bender,
Aye.
Sellers,
Aye.
motion passed.
Motion passed.
Now, does this go into effect immediately?
After it's published, and yes, it does.
Okay.
I think that's in section 3 of the ordinance.
All right, Mr. Sellers, you just have to sign this and then it'll effective. You want to use the blue pen?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now,
All right,
thank you.
next item on the agenda is the supervisor's report.
Okay.
I'm going to begin by handing out the budget comparison report for your,
Thank you, sir.
you're welcome, for your viewing pleasure. Please take a
Okay.
look. And please pay close attention to the highlighted areas.
Okay.
This pretty much closes our year.
Yep.
This goes through April 18th.
This does.
Yes.
Yep. This will close us out.
So the bills that are approved tonight
Yes,
are
Are in-
come up?
they're in this.
They're in here,
Yeah.
they're in
okay.
here.
These are two positions, right? So what's the blue?
The
The blue
blue,
numbers.
Their subtotals, Liz and I thought it would be clear so that way you could see, if you go down to the bottom, the total returned at the end of the year was for general fund, that section of just Patrick's was 86,386. And then the next section, because there's segments, I returned $14,325 out of my funds.
Wow.
So that's basically what you're seeing. And then, of course, the last page kind of tells you the whole story, what we returned. 195,192 is unexpended. So it went back into general fund.
Balance carried forward.
Carried forward,
Added to what we
Right.
already have in mind.
yes,
Mhm.
for
That's
both
good.
general fund and GA. That's correct.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
so are there any questions?
I don't have any questions.
Good. Well, the next thing I would like to talk about, beginning in May, we're going to start new client orientation. What that's going to consist of is clients that are newly part of Freeprt Township's program, start receiving township assistance. We'll go through an orientation. We're going to tell them what our expectations are, let them know the consequences of not adhering to our expectations, let them know what we are here to do for them, and to also let them know exactly where their grant allotments come from. We're going to ask the question, where do you think your grant come from? And the question, is to get clarification to them to understand that their money comes from property taxes. Okay, so that's going to be the gist of the orientation. Also tell them about the programs, new programs coming up, and all of that's good stuff. So we're going to start with the new ones, then we're going to work our way back through all existing clients, because things have changed here, and they should know about the changes. So
So do the existing clients understand all this too?
they will.
They were,
Okay.
I said.
No, he's
It
gonna
won't
go
be-
back.
Said he's
It won't
going
be
back.
just new ones?
No,
No.
It'll be,
going to be the ones that have been with township for a while. Every client will get a chance to go through an orientation, letting them know about the new changes at Freeprt Township and the new expectations that we have.
so once that orientation gets done, do they sign something?
Yes.
Saying that they agree to
Absolutely.
understand
And,
it?
and what happens is, once they sign this agreement saying that they understand what we talked about, when it comes time for an appeal, there's no question. You just put it out there, hey, we explained this to you, you signed it. So everything is explained. We leave no stone unturned.
That's pretty good. I like
Okay.
that. So when is this gonna start?
We're starting in May.
May,
I'm
okay.
actually
Yeah.
developing the curriculum now for the orientation. So when it's done, me.
Oh, okay.
Me. So when it's done, I'll present a copy of the curriculum to the board, so you all can take a look at it. Okay? Next, the downtown cleanup on April 12th. The session was canceled due to weather, but all of our clients showed up.
Well, good.
Every client showed up. It was rescheduled for this past Saturday. I'm waiting on the results. But I'm thinking that they may have all showed up again.
Well, good.
So,
It's a
clients,
beautiful day on Saturday.
yes.
Yeah. Wow.
So, that,
Good to hear. How many were there?
we sent out 12
Uh-huh.
letters and all clients showed up. And it was canceled because of the storm.
Yeah.
But what happened that Monday, we sent letters to those same 12, telling them, hey, you need to be there again this coming Saturday because it was rescheduled.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and find out tomorrow exactly how many of our clients showed up.
Oh,
Okay?
good.
The next thing I want to talk about is a couple of changes that's going to happen here at Freeprt Township. The first one, effective immediately, township staff and administration shall enter the township office located at 201 East Exchange Street through the Exchange Street entrance. This letter will also be sent to the, granted, given to the VAC and sent to them. Okay? I will return all electronic keys, and new keys will be issued to our general assistance professionals. So we will
What made
enter
this change
from that
happen?
door. What made it happen is it's time to put a little, distance between the organizations because we're not the same organization.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a reminder to my staff and myself that we should be under the same doors our clients come through.
Mhm.
No one's any better than anybody else. So those are the reasons why I decided to do this.
Okay.
And it states in the Section F of the intergovernmental agreement between the VAC and township that each of the parties shall be solely responsible for the administration of their own office and staff. So I'm acting upon that capacity, upon doing this.
So did all the staff have keys there, or?
Not all,
Oh, okay.
not all, but all the ones that did, I have them back.
Okay.
And I have them in this envelope and they will be submitted to the VAC.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are there any questions, comments?
The passkey system was designed just as a swipe.
Yes.
Were you responsible for the output of those passkeys?
No, I had no access
Who?
to that.
So you didn't keep track of your staff coming and going?
No.
You didn't see any of that?
No.
It was done just strictly for the VAC?
Yes, it was
But
done.
why was it?
It was supposed to
done?
be shared, but never was.
It was supposed to have been shared.
Okay.
But I'm saying, what was the reason for the tracking?
Well, I don't know, but in the intergovernmental agreement, it stated that employees should enter through the Stevenson Street door
Mhm.
and clients should enter through the Exchange Street door.
Oh.
And so it was decided, like I said, that we all township should enter
Mhm.
through
Township.
door.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
So now by them doing the swipe, you know who's coming in?
She does.
She does.
He does.
I didn't
He did.
I didn't know.
Okay.
So,
That's
Because
what I
at
was
one time,
asking.
you had employees possibly coming in after work hours or on weekends to do things which probably shouldn't be done.
well,
Unless they did it during the week.
The
One-
program was set up that people had certain hours that they could come and go.
Right.
And if you came in after those hours, you wouldn't have access to come in. Isn't that right?
right,
Okay.
right.
Because that's what
And that's how
I
it should
had
be.
access, when I had my key, I could only come in from 7 in the morning until
Right.
7 at night.
Right.
I wouldn't be allowed to come in on weekends, so I couldn't come in and work on weekends.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Next. The hours of operation here for the township. Beginning, effective the first week of May, township new hours of operation will be Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. This letter will be given to the VAC as a notice, and it would also be mailed to them as a notice. Okay?
You said 7:30
Yes,
to
to 4,
4.
Monday through Thursday, and 7:30 to 1 on Fridays.
And then-
7:30 to 1?
Yes,
And then we're still getting the 37.5
Yes.
hours, right?
Yep, we are seeing very few clients Friday afternoons, very few. And I also took the liberty of having a questionnaire done by our clients. And the results are as follows. What are we at here? 85%
Wow.
of our clients want 7:30 to 4. And
Up and get it over with, huh?
right, and the way
We'll go there.
and the way I look at it, if we are going to treat township like employment, we have to be up at that time. Clients have to be up at that time as well. It's responsibility. It's responsibility. So
So
we
they took
will,
a,
No,
yeah, we will definitely.
they'll all come in at the last minute.
What we're going to do is this.
Exactly.
This is going to be something that we're going to try out. If it doesn't work, we'll go back. If it works, we'll keep going.
because you never know until you try.
Exactly. But I think it's for us to sit there from 12 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday and not a client comes in, that's just, I just don't understand that. So we're going to try this out. If it works,
Cindy's office, you guys do that, don't you?
We close at
We'll do
1 o'clock on Fridays.
Oh.
We switched
But
it
she's
7
not a
years
social
ago.
service agency. I don't agree with this closing
Okay.
at 1 o'clock on Fridays. It's a social service agency, and we should be available. I don't care if it's Thursday, Friday, or what it is. If those are our hours, all social service agencies are open till at least 4 o'clock. And I don't think township's any different. I think that we should be open. I don't care if it's 3:30, but I don't think they should be out of here at 1 o'clock.
okay,
So I never would support that.
okay.
I can just say from experience that, especially during the warmer
Yeah.
months, that's how it went. We would sit here on Friday afternoons and people would take a half a day vacation, or they'd be off that Friday for a long weekend, and we would sit there.
Do your bookwork then, that's what we do. I
Well,
don't
we
say,
did.
I don't say that we're really busy on Friday
No.
afternoons, but we may just have one person who's been displaced. If
Mhm.
our office wasn't open the whole weekend, there's no
But if they came
help.
down here after they saw you, let's say you might send somebody down here, we wouldn't be able to accomplish anything in that one afternoon anyway, would we?
No, but they could come to your office first and you could maybe be sending them to our office or Community Action or something,
Mhm.
FACC. But at least there's somebody in that office to help that person. I don't care if it's only one person. I think you owe it to the community to be open.
Okay.
And just-
Cindy's office is a little bit different. She's not a social
Right.
service agency.
Right.
And I don't think that we have to follow what Cindy does in her office for this office.
And also, I think, even if we have, it used to be, if we wanted to take a Friday after or a Friday off, we had to make sure we had at least one person as a caseworker here. You can't just say the front desk is gonna be here, the supervisor will be here, and that's it. Because that's defeating their purpose.
Well, actually, yeah, that's right.
They wouldn't be able to do an intake because there wouldn't be anybody here.
Exactly.
So it was, well, most of the time it was implemented that you couldn't take if somebody else was off. So you had coverage.
We have to also keep in mind that we are not giving any cost of living raises, and there's a wage freeze period, and that upon starting here, I did reduce the hours, so that did take away some money from some.
But I'm saying we're not
workers.
changing any, we're not losing any money or whatever, because they're still doing their hours. They're just coming in early to get an early start. Even if they had to do their paperwork, you're coming in at 7:30 every day versus 8 o'clock. So you still can get, your work done you know, so, which I understand the social service thing. I mean, I understand that part, because you don't know if somebody's gonna come to town and they need help, you know, but.
They don't come out at 7:30 in the morning anyhow, believe me. I've been in it 10 years, and your clients, the clients here are the same clients that we have. And they don't come out at 7:30 in the morning, and they don't come out at
No.
8 o'clock in the morning.
We
So
used to
starting
have-
that early to serve the public is not what you're doing.
But what I'm saying is, if, you know, you talked about, they can do their paperwork, they can do their bookwork. I'm also thinking,
That
if
gives
you
them
started
some
at
time.
7:30 versus 8 o'clock, you're able to come in, get yourself kind of situated, get yourself together, get your, you know, papers and books and, you know, whatever. I mean, I understand both ways, really, but I'm just saying, if it's a way that's going to, help out both the caseworkers or the staff and the clients, because the clients 85% said, hey, they like the early one. So I'm saying and they just want to try it. So I don't know if.
Well, and do we still do, it used to be 8:30 to 11:30 and 1 until 3:30 that clients are seeing. If you came in after that, you'd have to come back the next day, because there was no way you were gonna be able to accomplish an intake
Which they have.
and
What
issuing, issuing an application
We
in that
have,
timeframe. And we would have people standing outside
Right.
the door at 8 o'clock, expecting to be seen at 8 o'clock.
Yes, we have a lot
Which
of.
was hard on us.
Yeah, because you had to try to get rid
Yeah,
of it.
we have a lot of phone calls starting at 7:30. We have people standing outside 7:45, waiting to come in, upset at us because, you know, we don't start. I mean, why don't you guys start now? We had, last Thursday, there were people out there waiting on us to open up. So.
I mean, I don't have a problem with, like you said, you know, and I think that, I mean, this is just my opinion. Y'all know I always give my opinion. I think that, I think we as the board, I don't know, because I need to look at our policy and procedures and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know if, really, should we, dictate the day-to-day movement of the office, or should we just make sure that the numbers and the money and all those things are in place versus, you know, I just think that we are to make sure that supervisors, sellers and this office is spending the money. I think that's what I was elected for, is spending the money properly and making sure that, you know, those things versus, you know, I'm in your day-to-day and how you run the building day-to-day. I mean, that's just how I feel.
We have a
I don't
right
know.
to our opinions.
Yeah, no,
We have a
I'm not
right to our
saying-
opinions.
yeah.
We're not voting on this.
Yeah, no, I'm
We
just
just have
saying
a
what
right
I
to our
feel.
opinions.
Right, and
We
I
all
was
do.
right,
And
and
you
I was
can-
just saying that's just how I
Right,
felt, you know.
well, yeah.
And I understand that. I said I
Yeah,
understand both sides.
and you don't work in the social service agency,
Right.
so you don't know how things go.
Right, but
But you can go to DHS and you never know when you can see somebody for food stamps. DHS.
okay.
Food
Yeah,
stamps
okay.
or general assistance or link, I mean, a medical card. You know, it changes, it seems like, I don't deal with them very often, but, you know, they change and they limit their times that they can see people.
Well, we accept applications all day, every day. There is no certain time.
Okay.
And for our clients, they are set up by appointment. So we know when clients are coming in.
That's the way it should be.
So,
It shouldn't just be waltzing in and saying, here it is, bye-bye.
Yeah, but the main thing is I think that what Patrick installated was the fact that it wasn't just Mondays and Wednesdays, such and such to 11, or from 1 to 3.
No.
It's 7:30 to 4 o'clock with the new hours, or 8 to 4, which is what he had. He's basically saying, we see clients the entire time, 4 days and the 5th day also, just a shortened day on the 5th day. Yeah.
So do you think during the summer months, let's just say to make up for that being closed at 3:30 all year round, I mean, do we have clients mowing grass? Do we have clients doing other things? You know, in the afternoon, on a Friday afternoon, wouldn't it be, or do they have to be supervised in order to do any of that stuff?
We have supervisors to supervise them.
Okay, well, that
Um,
wouldn't work then.
I'm just bringing this to the board,
Mhm.
and I value your opinions and this discussion.
Mhm.
You know, because maybe there's something that I didn't think of. That's why this discussion is so
Right.
is good.
Mhm.
And,
So-
you know, just from experience, you know, I suppose when I was very, very young and had a newborn baby and didn't use any social services, I didn't really come into contact with it until I started working in the field. But people can get up in the morning just like the rest of us and be prompt, and what if they got a job and they were lucky enough to work first shift? I'm up at 4:30 in the morning some days.
But I think our thing, I mean, I think, one of the, standards that we were trying to push to the clients was, accountability and getting them ready to be in the workforce
Right.
and all those kind of things. So I think that if I know something is open from 7:30 to 1 o'clock on Friday, then I know that I gotta be there. But if I know that it's 7:30 to 4, well, I'll wait till 3:30 to go, you know?
Right.
So I'm saying, I mean, I guess, you know, I understand both ways, but if we want our clients to be accountable and starting to get up and start moving, and I understand, but we have to let them know too, hey, this is what time it is, and this is what time you gotta be there. I mean, I don't, that's me.
Okay.
Thanks, Joe.
Next item on the agenda is the assessor's report.
Oh, you're done with your report?
Yes, I'm finished.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Papers and books.
Today's notice was, the tax rate came out. 6% increase over last year. It is 12.07301. Comparison to the previous year, which was 5%, and the 2 years prior to that, which was 3%.
Would you say that again, so I'm gonna write that, 12?
Tax rate's 12.07301. That's a 6% increase over last year.
Okay.
On the heels of that, we were given the extension, and the levy, we requested $1.6 million, somewhere in that vicinity. According to the information provided by the clerk, we're gonna get a roughly $966,000 shortfall, somewhere $40,000+ from what we had levied for. Third thing, I was notified last week that the request for our exempt status here was denied. And when I asked why, they basically said the state responded that you can't have two owners applying for the same exempt status.
Was not denied, it was returned.
Returned with that caveat, and then that came from the chief county assessment
I
officer.
talked to them, they called me, they did not deny it, they just returned it.
To be reinstated,
To be
and I'm not
reinstated,
sure what
rescinded.
form.
Right, we have to reapply on one page
Okay,
with the VAC.
okay.
I've already talked with the VAC's attorney, he's already working on it.
Okay. When that got denied, then I asked the question of Patrick, just out of curiosity, the insurance question for this building. Does Torma cover us in this building? Or cover township?
Yes.
Is it on the declarations?
I better double check.
Yep, that's the key, is see if it's on the declarations.
Okay.
And so the catastrophic insurance is just one part of Torma's
No,
insurance
that's
coverage,
not
right?
theirs.
That was
No,
health
it's
insurance.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
The health
yeah.
bills.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So I was just curious on that. Other than that,
When you say, when you're talking about insurance.
Building
Yeah,
insurance.
building insurance, so we don't know if, we don't know yet if we're,
If Torma covers this building
Right.
for us, I don't know. I'm not quite sure how
oh,
this.
okay.
I'm gonna find out.
We talked about that at one of the meetings when Mickey told Greg Polini that we were insured under Tomer, and he's hesitated.
Uh-huh.
Do you
Okay.
remember that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So we don't know yet.
No, I'll find out.
Look at the declarations page.
Okay.
So then, I'm sorry,
Oh,
go ahead, Cindy.
No, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so then, what do we do if we're not?
Be real careful.
Question.
We'll be on the phone with Tom. I don't know
Yeah.
why we wouldn't be.
Right.
Okay.
Just because we don't
We are.
singly own the building, we occupy the building. If you rent a place, any type of commercial insurance. Now, Torma is not like a real insurance
Oh,
carrier.
it's not.
It's not Allstate. It's a risk management pool. So that all the townships get together, they pool their money, they have an administrator who runs it. So they make payments out of this pool of money. Very common for government. There's a county group, there's a city group, it's a self-insurance pool. And Torma is Township Officials of Illinois Risk Management Association. They're the ones who administer it. You know, somebody's gotta look at the claims, gotta hire the attorneys if there need be. So even if we had rental property, normally all insurances, doesn't make a difference you own the property or not. If I have rental insurance on my law office, somebody slips and falls, they don't sue me, you know, the insurance steps in to protect me.
Oh, okay.
I don't own the building.
So when will we find this out? I mean, I guess you're gonna
I'm
look
gonna
at it
look.
right away?
Yes.
Okay.
That's my way. Yes. Yes.
We have the insurance. When we were talking to Greg Polini, we have the insurance. Said he was going to investigate how we could have it and still be with the VAC.
So is there
That's
only a
right.
certain portion of the building that, let's say, township would be in that would be covered?
No,
I
no,
don't
the whole
see how you
building.
could do
The
that.
whole building, don't you remember that?
Yeah, I would think it'd have to be the whole
It's
building.
the
Yeah,
whole
the whole
building.
building.
The whole
Okay.
thing is already insured.
Okay.
It was a question
And
that
the parking lot.
Polini was going to,
What about,
that Greg Polini was going to look into.
I haven't heard back.
does the VAC then, do they insure any of it? Are they
Don't know.
responsible for any of the insurance?
Don't know.
We don't know that.
We have to find out what we do first.
Right.
We have insurance.
Plus, we also have the Tort Immunity Act, which gives us certain protections from being sued.
Okay. Okay.
As
all I
does
have.
every other governmental entity.
Right.
This is clear.
Is that all?
That is it?
Okay.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is the trustees report. Trustees, anything?
I don't have anything.
Other business?
I do, I have some.
Okay.
I've been advised that we are supposed to be reviewing our executive session minutes every 6 months. And I went back and looked through the files and found we have executive session minutes that go back to 1999.
Wow.
And that's when I was the town clerk the first time. So we have many executive session minutes that we need to go through to see if we need to release them or keep them under executive umbrella. Mike and I are gonna go through them, and I'll write up a synopsis of each of them, and we have to approve them in executive session, whether they should be released or we keep them, but that's going to be coming up, and then we're gonna do this in June, and then we're gonna do it in December, and it's gonna be part of the agenda, because we have to do it every 6 months. And from what I understand, it hasn't been done in those years, so we've got some work to do.
From what year again, Barb?
1999,
That's what I thought you said.
because
As far as we know.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't see, I have them all in sealed envelopes.
Executive sessions have been in existence since, I think, 1954.
That was before I was born.
Let's just hope we don't have to go back that far.
Are you sure?
Wow. I'm on.
So that's what I thought, I wanted to let you know that is coming up.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
All righty, public comments.
My name is Barb Kennison, 2556 Stevenson Circle, Freeprt, Illinois. On the insurance, the building insurance raised a very important question for me. if something were to happen to this building, and the estimated cost of this building does not, the amount that was paid for this building is so much more than what this building is worth, and something happened to this building, and the insurance says, we're not gonna give you that money because you paid too much for this building. What's going on here? I mean, this is really serious. And that's all I have to say.
That's a very good question.
Yes, I don't have an answer to that one.
Marnie Shevitz, Superintendent for the Veterans Assistance Commission of Stevenson County. To address the TORMA issue, the VAC SC pays a portion of the TORMA insurance for the building itself. And then we insure separately for the contents. That answers that question, I hope.
You said you guys
hopefully.
pay a portion or you pay half?
No, I don't remember the amount.
Okay.
I think it was 50/50. I can't tell you for
Okay.
sure. But I know we've paid that in the past. And then concerning the change of hours, with not having any prior discussion with you, Mr. Sellers, it causes a problem on Fridays to close early because we have a Veterans Employment representative that comes on Fridays all day and sees veterans. It's going to cause a problem if he can't see anybody on Friday afternoon.
Okay.
Just so you're aware of that.
Can I ask a question on that? I guess I don't understand, but why would it be a problem
Right.
for
Trustee
him
Sellers.
not to see any of the
Trustee
veterans?
Sellers.
Because the office would be
Oh, I'm
closed.
sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
This
I'm
is
sorry.
for her
Yeah.
public comment. We
Oh, I'm
can't
sorry.
raise questions.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
It's a
I'm
public
sorry.
comment.
Thank you, Mike.
I don't mind that there's a question,
Oh, okay.
but
You know me, I need to know.
if the building is closed, he can't see anything. This is back on every day, every Friday.
Other, under other business, can we speak?
We've already
We're
had other
public
business.
comment.
We're in
What?
public comments.
Make public comment, you remember the public.
Name and address? Cynthia Petticano, 224 North Mernitz Avenue. My only comment is that if the VACSC has keys to this building, then it would just be your responsibility to make sure that those clients get in to see the individual that you have. I'm just having an issue as to why it's a concern for the township. Even though it's like you guys are in the same building but separate. So if that's the only concern, I would think then you would be able to make arrangements for your individuals to get in. I mean, it'd be your responsibility to let them in.
Do I do the same
Okay.
thing, Mike? Do I have to say Mike or no?
That's how you're
Okay.
trustee.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Are there any more public comments?
No.
Next item on the agenda is executive session. I need a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
We have to state the reason why we're going into executive session.
Mhm.
For the reasons listed on the agenda?
Yes.
For the reason,
You want me to read it all?
Oh,
no.
Okay.
So, the meeting that we're going in.
need a roll call.
Yep, need a roll call vote.
Okay, Bender.
Aye.
Altensee. Aye. Sellers.
Aye.
Sellers.
Aye.
Okay.
We are ready to go into executive session. Okay, we are now out of executive session. And yes, we need a motion for adjournment until May 5th, 2014.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Bender, second by Sellers.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
Okay, let's go.